Hello. How's it going, everybody? Dean DeMarzo here on Longest Solo Ever. Make some more synthwave music. I don't know why I'm on such a synthwave kick, but I think it's going to be fun. Been making metal and stuff for so long. It's nice to do something different once in a while. How's everybody doing out there? I kind of adjusted things in here a little bit. Oh, wait, 1 second. Hang on. That's better. I knew something looked wrong. I forgot the big blue light in the background. That's more fun. How's it going, Victor? Franco, good to have you guys back. Tech You Go, good to see you. Been a while. Yes, I got a haircut. Thanks, Yellow Forest. I was kind of wary of getting one this whole time. Oh, no, see, it does this weird thing now. It does this little flip. I don't know. Apparently that's been hiding under there this whole time. All right, so let's get started. Let me pause this music here. We are gonna continue working on the track we worked on last week. At some point later tonight, I'll be going for a few hours. I want to start with something else, though. How's it going, Joykel? Tyler Biggs, what's going on? And I've had this Mario remix stuck in my head, this like idea sitting there for like weeks now, probably since before the Big Blue one. So I want to try that out, see where that goes. I kind of played around with it on piano earlier. Yeah, I'm just gonna dive in and see where this silliness takes me. I'm going to start with a real simple kick drum sound. This is going to start so bare bones. I kind of like this one. I want it to be really sparse at the beginning and gradually get more and more intense as things go. What's up, Dante? Thanks for tuning in. Get a good loop going. And I want this a little bit faster. That's probably a good range for now. And we're going to write this in by hand because it's going to be a really, really synthy, really sequenced kind of thing. I like that Ableton lights up the notes I play on the keyboard. Pro Tools doesn't do that. And I miss it every time I'm working in Pro Tools. Okay. You're going to see where I'm going with this in a second. Nice, that sounds like a good lineup of Mario games, Tech You Go. Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 2 and 3. That is the whole original collection. Got to get Super Mario World in there too on the Super Nintendo. That might be my all-time. I hesitate to say all-time favorite because you can't do that. But that's certainly in the top 5. Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. Outstanding game. Really good soundtrack. It's not like one of my top soundtrack games, but as far as like game feel goes and challenge, I love the courses. I love the movement in that game. So much fun. Okay. Let's see if this actually came out what I thought it was. Okay. Sounding mediocre to begin with. Let's play with that synth sound. There we go. Already a little bit better. Switch has all those games. Nice. We moved like, I don't know, 8 months ago. What is time anymore? And I don't know where I put my Switch when we packed up. I haven't really been able to find it, but I have a lot of music junk that's probably buried under. Oh. I forgot the other half of this. That sounded ridiculous. Okay. Yes, Victor, I agree. When my wife and I first met, one of my favorite memories of us, we would just hang out and we played through all of Super Mario World in the 2-player mode, where you die and you hand it over to the other player and you switch back. That's like one of my favorite memories of us. It's just hanging out in college playing Super Mario World. Okay, we need reverb. Lots of reverb. That's not reverb. What did I do? This one. Set it to 80s mode, because that's where we're at now. And maybe I want to put a little bit of that sidechain compression on the reverb too. But not as much, because if you sidechain that, then you don't end up hearing any of the reverb. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. I want to double this up with bass the second time around. How's it going, Steven? Good to have you back. Let's put a bass on this one. Maybe this isn't a bass. Maybe it's just a little bit lower than the other one, like an octave down, and a little bit tighter. I love Odyssey. I haven't had time to dig into Breath of the Wild yet, but I did play through almost all of Odyssey just before we moved. I'm not married to this kick sound. I'm going to... See, I want something kind of low intensity because I'm going to replace it with something really big when we hit the next section. That's a little better. I bet the switches are hard to find these days. Animal Crossing fever has swept the nation. We're going to filter some white noise through this section to kind of build things up. Honestly, I might be approaching this more like a house music track than like a synthwave song, but that's okay, because house is cool too. And that sounds really silly without the filtering on it, without this guy. Maybe it just doesn't sound anything at all. How do you record automation? Oh, this is it. Sorry. Let's try that again. There's a little more to the song. Do you mean the part that goes... That part? Did I spend 20 minutes before this live stream practicing that line? Yes, absolutely. And yes, that's the part that comes next. And then you'll see where I'm really going with this. I have some... I'm going to put chords under this. And that doesn't seem like it would work. And I don't know that it will. But that's why we're here, to try weird stuff. Two, three, ba-da-da-da, bow, bow. It's going to happen right there. And we're going to play it a bit slower than that because, again, I'm a guitar player. Ah! There we go. Let's try that. See how that goes. Oh, it's only giving me 3. Okay, fine. I do need a click track though, please, Ableton. Thank you. Let's do some quantization for my messy keyboard playing hands. I think that came out right. Awesome. A lot of triplets in this. Let's just copy that to the bass-ish part. And here's where stuff's really gonna hit the fan. Time stretching. So we're not actually stretching time here. We are stretching time would be lengthening an audio file, which this is important actually. So imagine we have whatever this is. Okay, so we have this effect here. And we want that to be longer. And this is audio, so we have to actually physically stretch this with Ableton's warp feature. And the way we do that is I put a warp marker somewhere, and I stretch it out like that. And now this whole thing can actually be longer. But you can hear it gets artifacty and messy. Like this first half does not sound right. And that's because we've stretched this audio past its breaking point. Audio doesn't stretch cleanly most of the time. It would have been a little bit cleaner if we used Ableton's complex algorithm. Yeah, that's actually a lot better. Ableton's really good at this. Software did not used to be good at this. Software's only been good at this for like the last 5 years, 10 years. Before that, you had this mess. Time stretching can make something faster or slower. But we're not working with audio. We're working with MIDI, which is just sheet music for computers. So I can make this play as slow as I want to. I can make this play at 20 beats per minute. And it's fine because it's just telling the computer to play those notes slower. So MIDI, you can stretch, you can squeeze as fast or as slow as you want. Audio, you have to be careful. So always try to record your audio at the exact speed you want to eventually play the song at. One of my professors told me this story about time stretching and recording at the right tempo. He was talking to one of the producers of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the band that plays like the Christmas metal songs. And I guess they had recorded a song. And at the end of the tracking session, the producer said, "Man, I think we need to go 1 BPM faster." And there was nothing they could do but re-record it. And so they did. They spent another whole day in the studio re-recording it that 1 BPM faster. Now, these days, you'd probably just speed it up, but this was a while ago. This was before we had those kind of algorithms. So they just recorded it again. But when you're the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, you have the money to do that. All right, so let's hit this next section. Let's get some real drums going. I'm going to head right for my go-to drum sample library. You can't see it behind my head here, but this is Native Instruments Battery. And Battery is like a full drum sampler with a bunch of pads on it and stuff. I don't use it for that. I just like the library it came with. Harry J., final note in that underground phrase supposed to be on the root note or not. Sounds like it wants to be slightly flatter. Let me listen to that again. No, I think it's definitely A flat, because I learned this on guitar straight from, like, I was going to say straight from the record, but there is no record, straight from the cartridge, as it were. And that definitely ends on A flat. I'm positive of that much. There's some stuff in the middle I wasn't sure about, so I looked up some sheet music. I think I got the ending right. Well, I make Sarajevo for Christmas 2020. Maybe. You know, yeah, right, Victor? Maybe I will... I have a lot of fun things planned for this year. I have something fun planned for 25,000 subscribers when we get there. That's going to involve me calling some friends of mine. I have a lot of fun stuff planned for this album I'm putting out in hopefully September. And yeah, Christmas Eve Sarajevo 12/21 is like the full title of that. It's the Carol of the Bells one. I actually shot an entire cover of that for Christmas like 10 years ago on this channel, and I just never posted it because I wasn't happy with it, but I bet I'd be able to pull something off now. So this is Native Instruments Battery, and I'm going to head, there's one set of samples I like in here every single time. It's the Arena sample kit. So I'm just going to drop Arena kick and Arena snare. Yeah, that just sounds huge. Sometimes I use a drum sampler, like Ableton's Drum Rack or something. But that's cool, Harry. It's weird. It's atonal. It doesn't make any like music theory sense. And it was just, you know, Koji Kondo trying to write something weird underground sounding. Programming it on a computer back in the day. So it's going to be weird, of course. I'm just laying this out on the track here. This feels, I don't know, for some reason, some songs I like to do this physically in the audio, and some songs I like to program them. Like last week we were programming that. I think, I don't know, when I want it to hit really hard, I like to write it in the track. It's probably just psychological, but I like to approach it that way. How's it going, Comic? Thanks for tuning in. And we're going to have to... I guess I'll just put this on the kick track from earlier, because that's what everything's sidechained to. Keep things relatively organized. Oh, that's not the track that everything's sidechained to. This is, my bad. This is kick. This is nothing. Yeah, that kick is enormous. I love it. It's ridiculous. I've gotten songs on TV that were like 90% just that kick drum. It was great. Okay, let's put some stupid chords underneath this. Let's see if this works. Oh, what am I doing? That's what I was looking for. Okay, so the chords we're going for, under the first half, this first phrase, we're doing a C minor 7, which puts us in like this C Dorian territory. And then for the second half, the F, the whole phrase shifts from C to F. So we get this phrase. And we're going to put that over an A flat major 7, moving to an F minor 9. I think, I think I do have a Discord somewhere buried in my forgotten Patreon. I'm going to start Patreon back up and everything, and probably Discord along with that. I'm just like getting back into all this stuff. I've been busy at work and all that stuff. So I will let you guys know when I have Patreon and Discord and all that stuff going on. And yeah, I want to get to 25K soon. That'll be fun. And then like 50K and then 100K and then 1 million. We'll get there. Okay, let's try these chords, see if this works. There's like one note that's fighting the chord. I don't know. I really want to make it work because this idea is so much fun. How many subs for Twitch? None. I mean, maybe a couple. I think I do have a Twitch account. Actually, no. Somebody else registered longest solo ever, and that really made me mad. So I don't think I have a Twitch. I think maybe I have like longest solo ever music over there, or maybe DeMarzo music when I was doing that. No, I don't have a Twitch. I'm not trying to do Twitch because I already have the audience here. I don't feel a need to split my efforts that way. How's it going, Weird Guy Show? All right, we're gonna figure out how to make these chords not fight each other. Maybe if I leave out the G in the C minor 7, I think this might be the trouble note. Oh, not that. Where's G? This guy. Maybe it's the B flat? All right, that's better. Maybe it was the B flat that was causing trouble in the first chord. And let's make this like really sidechained. Cool. I want to push this out to the sides. I'm going to use Ableton's utility for that and just increase the width. I mean, push that out to the sides in your stereo spectrum. So that there should be less of it in the center and more of it in the sides of your ears. That wasn't really doing the job. I'm going to use micro shift instead. Great. Now we just need bass. We're going to use another instance of Serum for that. And I'm tempted to do something really gritty for this main bass. Okay, that's enough distorted fart noises. All right, let's make that actually make sense in the context of this. Because right now it's just this, it's like Skrillex just dove head first into our track out of nowhere. We're going to have a sub-synth going through this whole thing as well. Just use Operator for that. Operator's Ableton's like super basic FM synth, but it makes a really nice simple sub as well. Wake Me Up Before You Go Go? That is a good song. It's not really up my... feels like it would be out of place with the rest of this channel, but maybe I could try it. I've considered Careless Whisper, but that's a little bit more memey. So I've got two separate basses here. I'm actually going to EQ this one a little bit. I like to have usually two different bass sounds going in any kind of electric, what am I saying, EDM context. I like to have one that's like a gritty, harmonically rich bass sound, which is obviously this growly one here. And then I like to have one that's a really simple, almost just a sine wave. In this case, I'm doing a little bit of FM and some distortion because it's going to also be played alone here. But for these sections, I want them to be like two layers of the same instrument. So I'm actually going to EQ this one so that it gets the low frequencies out of the way, leaving it entirely to that sub bass. Cool. Nice. Let's see if that all fits together. Disney songs? Yeah, maybe. I like the video game world I'm in. And some television theme songs on occasion. Let's talk real quick about sidechaining. Imagine everyone at a party. Yeah, this is the rave at the Mushroom Kingdom. There's a joke in there about shrooms, but I won't make it. Yeah, so let's talk about sidechaining real quick. Hey, JubeTube, how's it going? Yes, I agree with you. That's my jam. I'm on the nostalgia kick. Yes. Ooh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I haven't touched that one yet. That would be good. So sidechaining, sidechain compression in this case, is where you run a compressor, which is like a volume knob that turns down when the party gets too loud. The sound gets really loud, and the compressor goes, "No, chill out," and the volume goes down. A sidechain compressor is where the party you're hearing is actually next door, but you're turning down the volume here. That metaphor got out of hand. Essentially, this synthesizer is listening to the kick drum. So if I go, it's easiest to show with this big chord one. So we're hearing this synth. Nice, loud, clear chord synth. If we were to just turn this on, the compressor doesn't really have anything to compress. It's all loud. There's not going to be any musicality to that. So we sidechain the kick drum in. So it says audio from kick, and we're gonna listen to that while we turn down the volume knob here. So now every time it kicks, it's like it shuts the sound off, and then it has to breathe back in. So you get this cool breathing, pumping effect that's so popular in EDM and like lo-fi hip hop and stuff. Sidechaining in metal, Victor. Yeah, I will use it, actually. A little bit more, this is like a really extreme, in-your-face, super obvious application of sidechaining. In metal, it's a little bit more practical and technical. Let's see. In cases where I need the kick drum to cut through a little bit more, I will sidechain the bass, just the bass guitar, to the kick drum. Just allowing that quick attack to kind of slide through and make its mark, and then the bass comes back in. Because those two instruments cannot really coexist in that same frequency spectrum. So yeah, if I have a really bassy kick drum and a bass guitar going, especially if that bass guitar is a 5-string tuned down to, drop G, yeah, I'm going to need to sidechain the bass drum to the bass from the kick. I'll do it if I'm doing like a really dancey kind of track, like Ghost, if you ever listen to them. Some stuff of theirs probably has a bit of sidechaining going on in the choruses because they get really dancey beats. Stuff like Square Hammer or Dance Macabre gets really dancey. It airs on dance music in metal, which is why they're so weird and awesome, and I love them. So yeah, it comes up. Anywhere you would want something to get out of the way of something else, it works. Something else I'll do on occasion. I won't do it as often. I'll actually bus the entire band, all the guitars, all the drums, all the bass, synths, everything, to one group. And then I'll have the vocals outside of that group. And then I'll sidechain compress that group from the vocals. So your singer comes in, and the band just steps back a little bit. Then your singer gets out, and the band can come back in full force. That way you're always keeping everything at the same intensity level, but your vocals get to come through nice and clear. That's like an old radio technique called ducking, which you would use when DJs wanted to talk over the track. You'd sidechain the DJ voice into the track that was playing the song, and they'd start talking, the track would duck down, and then would come back up. You see it a lot in film as well. All right, I think that's the overall vibe I'm going for. I want something kind of up top as well. Just like a silly little arp or something. Just playing like that lick over and over again. Let's shorten it up though. Cool, that'll sound good with reverb. That's my catchphrase this week. That'll sound good with reverb. And, of course, sidechain. Actually, the unfortunate effect of sidechain on this one is that we end up losing... Wow, I really beefed the timing on that one. We end up losing the first two notes to that. Listen. All right, so I'm going to lighten up on the sidechain in this case. Yeah, I may even leave it off, man. Because it's going to be way in the back. Really delayed. This is more atmospheric than anything. It's certainly not melodic content. Yeah, that's nice. Way back there. Shift it around a little bit. Kind of want some motion to that. I'm going to use auto pan to have it kind of wobble back and forth across the stereo spectrum. Does that feel like it's doing anything for you guys? It doesn't for me. Maybe microshift is throwing it off. There it is. Gotta find just the right balance with this or it gets annoying. I think that's cool. Yeah, man, JubeTube. Sometimes it's something so simple as just having it move back and forth. Gives you that kind of that real feeling of space, like something's happening in a room. Not 100% sure what I'm doing there, but it sounds good. kind of shimmery. That's fun. Okay, let's see where we're at right now. And we're going to use my my favorite Feel Good plugin. That's what the FG stands for, Feel Good. No, it's not. I think it stands for Fabrice Gabriel. This is a mastering limiter that makes me feel like I'm good at mixing. I need to put something in here. Okay. That sounded pretty cool. That sounded cooler than I expected it to. Yeah, limiter. I'm the last person to say, like, I don't know. I don't like mixing into a limiter for real. Like, when I go to do a final mix of this song, I will not be mixing into a limiter. I'll put that on after because I want this to be the best mix it can be without the cheat code of a limiter, which is just cranking up the volume to the max and making it hit really hard. But I'm not mixing right now. I'm trying to get really psyched about this song. So yeah, I'm going to throw this on there and feel really cool for a second because it sounds good. So I'm going to take that back off while we work a little bit more. I just wanted to keep my own spirits up, honestly. It's hard working on the same song for a while. You start to get in your own head about, does this sound good? Why on earth am I doing a Synthwave remix of the Mario Underground song? There's barely any harmonic content in it. There's nothing to work with. But here I am. I want a little bit of hi-hat in there. Maybe this one? What did I just do? Whoops. That's what I wanted. Sorry. Okay. Okay, you could probably barely see my pads over here, but I'm going to play it in on this drum pad, which I never do, but it feels like the right thing to do for this. That's probably all we need, right? Thanks, Jube. I'm glad you like it when the riff breaks down. I'm having fun with this one. That's all I ever want to do. Have fun making stupid music. I'm always really conscientious of velocity levels when I'm programming drums, because you want to be thinking about where the drummer's hands are. I guess I could have just programmed this in. That was silly. Thanks, Izzy. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, something about me, I just need hi-hat on my left. I'm a drummer, so I'm used to hearing a hi-hat on my left. I can't really understand people who mix audience perspective. I just like hearing a hi-hat on my left. I mean, I can totally understand people who mix audience perspective. That's obviously, it makes perfect sense. But sometimes I don't like it. Okay. That feels like it's adding something, I think. Now, should that hi-hat come in at the top here? Yeah, probably. I'm not hearing enough of this grip bass, and I think that's okay. I don't think I actually want to hear the like really screechy, growly dubstep thing. I think I just want a really dirty saw right in the front, like this. Yeah. And I kind of had this idea of it like pitch shifting down out of like the audible range and then swooping back up for the next note. Let's see if that's even like good. And I'm going to cheat a little bit because I'm terrible at writing pitch automation. We're going to make it so it's impossible for me to screw this up. As long as I'm above 0, we're not pitch shifted. How's it going, Comic? Good to have you back. I might have to have the sub bass match that pitch shift. I don't know. We'll see. I can't really hear it. Does it need to be higher? Maybe that's too far. Maybe 24 half steps is too far. Yeah, that's better. That's better. It needs to drop a little bit slower, which is why I love that Ableton has curved automation. Did you hear about those DAWs from Hammerfell? They've got curved automation. There it is. I kind of want it to hit some notes while it's down there now. Whoop, don't close, don't close, don't go anywhere. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, I like that. We're gonna double that. And double this automation. Maybe have it slide back into frame, kind of. We're going to do some really... really not quite Daft Punk, maybe more like Justice. I take a lot of inspiration from oh, I'll get to that in a second. Thank you, JubeTube. Thanks. I like inspiring people. I like teaching people. I'm a teacher for my day job, so I love doing this. I was gonna say French house music, believe it or not, is like 100% the biggest influence on my electronic music production. Bands like Daft Punk, Justice, Sebastian, all huge influences on how I approach, especially bass. Especially Justice did some really cool stuff with some really dirty synths and like sampled slap bass early on. And then I got into Skrillex and Virtual Riot, Excision, guys like those later on for the dubstep end of things. But starting off, it was really all that French house stuff. Like, I listened to the Daft Punk Alive 2000 record like a million times. That's such a good album. So what I was going to do is this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is going to be fun. I think I need it to swoop up a little bit more. Medion, yes. Yeah, he's awesome. The Pop Culture remix is obviously like one of the greatest tracks of all time. That's insane. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty close. This might be an octave too high. Or maybe I forgot how to move things. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, that's better. In just a second, this needs to be just a little bit looser, a little bit dirtier. I think we're getting there. Okay, this is all really cool. We're kind of losing the Mario theme in here, so I'm just gonna shift this up an octave. So maybe it'll kind of peek out over top of things and kind of stay in the game. Yeah, all right, that's fun. Let's figure out what needs to go in this little space here. I know what needs to go in this little space here. Hang on. Let me find... think it's this one. I found the best website earlier, everybody. It's called mariopiano.com. and it has not only the sheet music for like every song from Super Mario Brothers, but it has like the effects as well. Because all the effects are just music played really fast. They're just notes played super, super fast. So this is, and boy, are we going to test my reading on camera skills. This is really, really bad. I teach this stuff. Okay. We got A, E, A. That couldn't be easier. Is that right? Does that sound right? Let's check real quick. That doesn't sound right. I want to kind of reverse engineer this sound. Is this the right one? Okay. It is, yeah. It's like the Herman Lee, the the little, you know what I'm talking about. The Pac-Man sound effect on the guitar that they do in Through the Fire and Flames just before the solos. Yeah, we're gonna take it apart and really figure it out. Hang on, I have it somewhere in here. Gonna do some reverse engineering, everybody. Okay, so here's the sound effect, ripped straight from some sketchy website. And what we're gonna do, we talked about the classic E-Bombs World video, which I don't remember that one. I watched a lot of E-Bombs World back in the day. I don't remember that one. Shoot. So much of that like early internet culture is buried so far back in my mind. Let's see. Okay, we're going to shift this down an octave. That's getting easier to discern. Getting closer. Cool, that's 4 notes. That's easy. We can find those 4 notes. And if you're thinking, why don't I just sample it from the NES? This is more fun. That's why. Because I can take the time to figure out the 4 stupid notes they used to make this, and that's more fun for me. That's why I do this. Starts on an E natural. E to A. It's just going down in perfect fifths. So E, A, D, G. There it is. Oh, and then it goes down further. How's it going, Brian Antonio? Everybody should go check out Brian's channel at some point. And check him out on Instagram and stuff too. Brian's a former student of mine. And I only say former because he got really, really good and I couldn't teach him anything else. So then he went and became Instagram famous and he's super cool. Okay, we're really close on that. Okay, we're going to speed it back up to hear those last 2 notes because they're so low I can't hear them. And we're going to resort to some time shifting here, I think. Yes, he also went to college. Okay, we're going to go with that as being the answer. I don't think it's necessarily perfect, but I think it's close. So we're going to record that at kind of our speed and then speed it up to superhuman Nintendo speeds. It's been a year since we did the Animal Crossing cover. Wow. Yeah, that Animal Crossing cover is the last thing. If you check out, oh no, not the Animal Crossing cover. I'm sorry. But wow, yeah, a year since the Animal Crossing cover. That's crazy. Brian and I did a video where we played a bunch of pop songs too. We played like a bunch of pop songs from, what year was it? Like 2009, probably? It was 10 years ago. Maybe it was 2010? No, it was like the whole decade. That was it. Sorry. And that was the last video we recorded in my last house before I moved here. Okay, that's what we're playing. But yeah, the Animal Crossing video was a year ago. Man, that does not feel like it was a year ago. It somehow simultaneously feels like it was like last week and 10 years ago, somehow. One take to play some weird notes. Okay, so a couple things. This has to go up, I think, 2 or 3 octaves. And way, way faster. And that repeats 3 times, I think. Yeah, I guess that's right, right? That feels right. We might tweak it a little bit so it sits in time as like kind of a drop sound. Like this big hit before the drop. Let's see where this sits. Corona time. Yes. It's like the worst hyperbolic time chamber of all time. Okay, I'm gonna paste this in before I forget. It's in my clipboard. But I want to kind of foreshadow this thing here with like a really lo-fi version of that same synth. You'll see what I mean in a second. Cool. This is going to be fun. Did I put that in the right place? Maybe? Yeah, I think so. That doesn't work quite like I wanted it to. Let me picture what I want here. That synth kind of really went for it there. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna be like the stupid DJ air horns going off, like pew pew pew, but it's Mario going down a pipe, you know. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life here? What am I missing? Am I not? Oh, it's muted. That's why. And then a big snare. And we're in. We're safe. We're going to do a little reverse snare going into this. Do the old freeze and flatten. And then hit the reverse button, and everything is immediately super cool. That's cool. And I'm going to make this a little quieter, so the section hitting right afterwards is a little bit more surprising. I always like the start of a section to be a little bit louder than everything else, because it really just hits a bit harder. Did that hit right? Yes, it did. Okay, cool. This just needs to be quieter. Yeah, square wave works. Okay, let's put back on FGX and see how cool this sounds. Okay, now we get to go for the next section. And we're gonna keep this kit just rolling through because it's working. It's not hurting anybody. And this is where I really don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work, but I have chords for the thing. So I'm going to start with a lead I can't believe I'm calling that the chorus, but that's like the closest thing to what it is, right? Serum, as always. We're going to have a mono legato synth. It's not going to be portamento, though. There's not going to be any of that. Thanks, Steven. It was just luck, honestly. No, they're all those sounds are like they're just music notes. Like the you know, the ending. I'm not going to get this right on the first try, but when Mario slides down the flagpole at the end of the thing, where it goes that thing that didn't like that. That, if you speed it up, is, and boy, can I not do that at speed, is, I'm pretty sure the super mushroom sound, like the if you do that at like warp speed, you get the super mushroom sound. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but look into that sometime, because they made use of a lot of things in a lot of ways to save memory, because, you know, you only had, what, like 4 kilobytes to make those games? Okay, so let's play this lead. This is going to be like a big ravey lead kind of thing. Super saw situation, as always. Can't go wrong with a good super saw. And I think... yeah, let's see if this works. I have no idea where this is going to go, guys. Yes, the clouds are the bushes. Yeah, you got to check that out. The clouds in Super Mario Brothers, the first one, are just the bush sprites, recolored with a different palette. Because you could use a different palette in different sections of the screen. So they made it so what was white in the clouds was green down here. So if you look really closely, the clouds and the bushes are the same thing. Yeah, man, there's nothing that amazes me as much as early video game programmers, especially on the NES, that 8-bit generation, including the Game Boy, and the 16-bit generation. It really blows my mind how much they could fit on such a small cartridge. One of the best stories about Iwata, Nintendo's late president, was when they were working on Pokemon Gold, they were having trouble fitting the entire Johto region into it. They couldn't get the whole game in there. And Iwata, I don't know if he was president at the time. He may have been already president at that point, but he was way higher than game developer. He'd been promoted beyond that. But he was like, fine, I'll do it myself, and stepped in, recoded the compression algorithm so they fit not only the entire game, but had room to fit the entire Kanto region from Red and Blue in there with space for extra as well. That's how good of a programmer he was, and that stuff just blows my mind. I love it. There's a great YouTube channel. What is it? I think it's Retro Game. Let me double check this before I say it. Yeah, Retro Game Mechanics Explained. Go check him out sometime. They're all really long, a little bit dry, just like super technical explanations, but it's like how they compressed the sprites in Pokemon, how they made the Pokemon like voices, the cries that they make when you send them out, how that data is held and why it sounds the way it does. That stuff is super interesting to me. When I'm not thinking about music, I'm thinking about weird old video game mechanics and stuff. So Retro Game Mechanics Explained. Definitely check him out. Super, super cool dude. Okay, let's attempt to play this thing. How's it going, GPU Turks? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, if you're into software engineering, programming, there's nothing as like inspiring as seeing what those folks could do with a couple kilobytes. Before I was into music, I was into computer programming. So I learned, started with BASIC, ended up in C++, did some C#. And I still fool around with that from time to time. I was actually writing maybe I'll show it on here sometime. I was writing a really weird distortion plugin for Pro Tools. And Ableton, I think I got it running in as well. At the beginning of quarantine, I had too much time on my hands, and I, for some reason, didn't make videos and instead chose to relearn C++ and learn how to program VSTs. Maybe I'll show that really, really weird distortion plugin I made on here sometime. That would be fun. Okay, let's see if these chords work at all. I have a feeling this is a 50-50 situation. C#. Yeah, it's not my favorite language. It's too close to Java, and I can't get into Java. I just can't wrap my brain around it. I don't hate it though, and I like it. I used it in Unity. I made a couple games in Unity just for fun. And I got the hang of it, but C++ is where I'm comfortable. I do a lot of web design, a lot of programming, so I'm living in JavaScript hell all the time. That's another part of my day job. Yeah, I'm as far as programming goes, I'm mostly like a front-end web designer. But I have fun with a little bit of everything. Yeah, I'll bring that on here. Maybe I'd have to dig it up and recompile it. I have no idea what state it's in right now, but I'll find that plugin. Okay, let's try these chords. I kind of messed with these earlier on a piano at work. So we're doing A flat. Oh, I can't do it on that synth. That's mono. How about this one? Yeah, so we land on the third here. And it sounds weird until we get here. Vue.js. I have yet to dig into any of the .js extensions. jQuery is like the only other library I've worked with much. So that shows you how little I'm doing. Like I haven't even touched Node.js or any of that stuff. I don't really know how any of that works. I'll have to check out Vue.js though. I've heard cool things. I have a feeling we're just going to chase this chord, chase these notes around, and place the chord so that that melody note ends up on the third of the chord. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, so we do this run that lands on C, and we get an A flat major chord. Then we go down to this melody ends up on G, so we play an E flat major chord. And then it just kind of chromatically noodles around until this. I thought about putting E major here, but that seems really out of character for this. So I went with E flat, and we end up on kind of a suspended chord. And then we finally end on an A in the melody. So we put an F major down there, which lets us plagal cadence back to C. So that's the messed up music theory logic happening in my head during all this. Let's see how it actually sounds. And boy, we're going to do this slow because I barely even know what chords I'm playing right now. Hang on. Okay, that lead synth is way too loud. Can't hear my chords. What? Okay, yeah, that is where we're going. That felt weird. Okay. I can't get to that chord in time. We're not even gonna try. I'll just jump over there in a second. Really, really close. I don't know what the bass note is going to be for that weird E flat chord. I guess I'll try E flat. Get rid of you, get rid of you, put you here. I don't know if velocity matters right now, but I'm going to bring it all up. And we quantize because my timing is bad. My fingers can't teleport. Let's put oh wait, were we already on E flat? Okay, in that case, we can't go from E flat to E flat because that's boring and doesn't go anywhere. We're gonna go to G sharp minor over B. Jazz. Put this here. Put another one there. I guess that works. Boy, is that weird. Why does that work? That makes no sense. Okay, let's put a bass under that and then figure out where on earth we're going to go from there. Or figure out what chords I just played. Sure, that makes no sense whatsoever. Weird. Relative minors to some of the major chords. I will try them. Yeah, this is getting like weirdly, I don't know, there's some shades of like, if anybody's listened to Knower at all, Knower, really weird like jazz EDM duo. Super, super cool. I love their music, and some of these chords remind me of something they would probably pull off a lot better than I am. Let's try this out. Yeah, that sounds just eerie enough. I think that's the right chord. That's where I'm leaving that. And we're not gonna do anything fancy in the dirty synth here. I don't think. Where'd my other dirty synth go? Oh, you're hiding up here. Okay, let's put that there. Yeah, man, Lewis Cole and Genevieve, they're both geniuses. I love this whole new wave of like weird modern jazz between them and Wolfpack and Fearless Flyers, Snarky Puppy, of course. That is all my jam. That whole last album I did, the Sonic one, it was mostly inspired by Wolfpack, but there were certainly some elements of yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah, that was 100% Wolfpack influence, with a lot of production concepts taken from what Lewis Cole is doing in their live videos. Any of those live in the apartment videos, I love his setup and the sound they're getting. It's just super raw and weird, and that's exactly what I was going for with that album. I want to do another one in that style. That's maybe after this next metal album I'm working on. I'll get back to that style. I don't know. There's so much I want to do. Okay. I think we could get away with playing that melody again, because it should happen again. Like, that's a really short chorus if it doesn't. So we're going to play it again. maybe up an octave? Or maybe double it up an octave. That's what's going to happen. With something a little bit sharper sounding. Not sharper, that's not the right word. Just a little more focused. English seems fine to me, GPU. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, something should happen on this last beat that kind of catapults us back to the first theme. And I think it can be dropping to silence aside from maybe just a snare drum. And maybe making all of this just fall off the pitch. Cool, and we're going to do that same thing here. Why does it stop early? Oh. Oh, because that's beat 4. I see. Now I understand. Okay, that's better. Cool, we want this all to just kind of fall apart right before that hit. We're even going to do it in the leads, I think. What am I doing? Pitch bend, right? There it is. Hello. Pizza time. Nice. Pizza sounds good. Thanks for tuning in, Joop Joop. Cool. Whoa. Something bad happened. Okay. So something yeah, thanks for tuning in, Joop. Something unfortunate can happen with pitch shifting if you don't set a 0 point. It's so finicky. What? Okay, now that's okay. It'll still think you're pitch shifted down. Okay, good. That's one real frustrating thing about pitch shifting is software will forget to unpitch shift sometimes, and just leave you hanging down there. All right, I'm not 100% sold on that theme playing twice, but it's the best we've got for now. Let's put our A theme back in here. And we'll just kind of duplicate this whole situation. Let's give one more listen. I don't think we'll listen through the whole thing because it's just kind of repeated. But let's take a listen real quick. Question from Steven. How do I determine what time signature to use? So time signature and a related concept called meter are deeply confusing concepts, and they're really in-depth. Essentially, I figure out how the song feels. This is a bad example. This song is not in a normal time signature. If you actually listen on the original cartridge, it's like out of time. It's not in 4/4. I think it might be in something 3-ish, maybe. But take something normal. Take the overworld theme where you have your... Is this going to come through on the mic? Let's see. That whole thing, right? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I always try 4/4 first. Like 90% of songs are in 4/4. And most importantly, and this is something that gets overlooked, those beats of 4 need to be divisible by 2. So if you were to chop that beat in half, does it still work? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Yeah, that works. That's 4/4. If it doesn't, if you need to divide it into 3, like 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Then you got a different situation on your hands. You have what's called a compound time signature. That one would be 12/8. Time signatures get weird. I can recommend, if you look up simple and compound time signatures, you will get a much deeper understanding about why time signatures look the way they are, especially weird stuff like 6/8. Like 6/8 is not 6 beats, it's 2 beats. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and... that's the Mario Underworld theme. Ba, ba, ba. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a whole thing. Check out simple and compound time signatures. Just Google that phrase, and you'll find a whole host of tutorials and articles on the subject. One that I really like is I'll put this in the chat. Teoria.com is one of my favorite resources when I'm teaching music theory. It has a million free exercises and tutorials on there. Highly recommend it. All free. They're the best website for teaching that stuff and learning that. Cool. Let's listen through, and then maybe we'll go revisit Big Blue for a bit. Oh no! What happened? What happened? Oh, my chords. My beautiful chords. Stupid. Okay, we're listening again. Yes, Victor, it will be available. I always put it live right after the stream ends. Thanks for hanging out, man. Something weird happened at that turnaround, but that was cool. Okay, it's clear that when we get from the verse to the chorus, we're losing a lot of rhythmic texture. So I'm going to have to add something in there to keep that kind of rhythmic excitement going. Some hi-hat, some something. Oh, the hi-hat does stop there. Let's see if that improves things real quick. Okay, I'm just going to do this while it's in my head, because I know what this needs. I was so close to playing that perfectly. I missed one note. Yeah, I goofed that. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's that rhythmic arpeggio in the background that we're missing. Okay. And this is going to need a makeover, this section here. But let's set this all aside. Let's head back to Big Blue and hang out there for a bit, play with some of the sounds. And maybe I'll work on Chemical Plant for a bit too. I don't know. We'll see. Loading. How's everybody out there doing? How's it going, Berserk Milk? Yeah, it's fast. All right. Let's hear where we left Big Blue at. I'd love to be able to see as much of this on screen at the same time as I can. That seems pretty good. Yeah, that's just about everything. Let's hear it. Oh, I think I added a little bit of an intro since I last saw you guys. I tried not to do too much to it, but I like couldn't help myself one morning. I just heard an intro I wanted to add. It's nothing special. It's just a little something. Okay. Obviously, it needs to go bah, bah, again after that. Thanks, Franco. Yeah, I always feel better about a song after I've been away from it for like a week. It's so easy to burn yourself out when you're producing and just start hating the song you're working on. So it's really good to come back to it with fresh ears after like a week. It can really help help your productivity and just your mood in general. So yeah, this was fun to listen to. Let's hear that transition. I think it needs some more elements playing the ba-bow, ba-bow, bow. Yeah, what else can play that? What instruments do we even have here? What key are we in? A minor? B minor. Okay, sure. Too much. And this needs to be just like a drop. Obviously that didn't sound good, and that's because we're going to automate the pitch of this. Maybe it doesn't work there. Let's find some like effect hits. You know what? This is a job for, this is a library I really love. We're going to bring probably 2 instances of Contact in. I didn't have Contact installed last time we streamed last week. And you can see I actually uninstalled a lot of these libraries because I just wasn't using them. I have Complete 11. I think I upgraded. Yeah. But we want Rise and Hit. This one. I love this sound. So this is a bunch of like epic hits and also reverse hits. So you can swoosh into something or just like smash out of it. Let's find something percussive. How about pure metal? What does that sound like? Probably really loud. Let's find out. Yep, that's loud. Sorry about that. It's too cymbal based. Maybe a Mahler hammer. Has anybody ever seen a Mahler hammer? It's a giant like sledgehammer and like a wood pallet in front of you. I don't know exactly what it's made of, but a Mahler hammer is a percussion instrument that's literally just a giant hammer and a thing you hit with a giant hammer. And you hit it as hard as you can and it explodes. And Gustav Mahler was the inventor and probably sole composer for that thing. It sounds like that. Percussion got weird when people got bored of snare drums. It's like the dude who wrote for Cannons in his percussion ensemble. Okay, so we're going to have 2 instances of this, one doing the crash and one doing the whoosh into the next section. Here's the crash. And here comes the whoosh. We might not need a crash. We might only need a whoosh. We'll see. I recorded that on the wrong track, folks. Cool. I am going to use both, but that track, the crash, is going to be a little bit less present than the whoosh. And these are the kind of words you use when you're producing music. Would you like a whoosh there? Yes. Maybe the crash needs to be a little more crash cymbal-y? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it does need to be that that pure metal one. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, I want the drums to chill there, but maybe not necessarily totally drop out. Okay, that's good for now. I'm happy with that. I kind of want to have rhythm guitars come in this time around. I'd like this second time to feel different in some way, and I think like crunchy rhythm guitars are the way to do that. I'm going to use good old Jason Richardson for this one. This is my go-to amp simulator. Try to set this up in a way you guys can still see. Although I don't want to just play what I played in my actual metal cover of this song, so I might keep it simpler than those like fast rhythm chugs. I don't know, we'll see. Ooh, we have a low B because it's a 7-string. Clearly not appropriate for the genre. Okay. I don't know if that worked. Did it? I don't think it did. ended up just playing full rhythm guitar through that. It just felt right. Felt like the right thing to do. Felt like the moral thing to do. We're going to quick track the other side of that. Same part. Might be a harmony on one part. I don't know. We'll see if I can think of it in the moment. I didn't want to actually play the, I didn't mean to. I meant to just do a big harmonic sting there or something. Let's try that again. Sorry. I want that. Ba-bow. There's the harmony I wanted to do. We'll go a third up. That works. If I could actually play it. Those are going to be probably pretty far in the background because I don't want to take away from the synthiness of this. This is still Synthwave. It's RG1, RG2. Group them up. These are the RGs. Rhythm guitars. And so in terms of song structure, we run into the same thing I run into in every single video game cover. How do you make a 2 or 3 section song into a traditional song structure that you'd be able to listen to alongside any other song? These songs are written to play on repeat endlessly. They don't really have a clear end point. They always lead back into themselves. This one has ba-bow, ba-bow, ba, and it takes it right back into itself. So how do you extrapolate this into a traditional song structure? That's the thing I end up banging my head against with every single song I work on. And here we find ourselves at that impasse. the answer I usually put in, as my username suggests, is to throw in a big solo there. And I'm tempted to put like a guitar solo or a shreddy synth solo in here. It might come to that. Let's see how we're feeling as this transition happens. What do you think? Solo section? Should we make that a solo section there? I think that's going to be my answer. Yeah, I want to put a synth solo there, and then maybe let this C section over here, the that thing. I want to do an a cappella album where that's all I do. It's just sing video game songs like that. I think that's going to end up being a guitar solo, and then it comes back around, introduce the melody one final time, and we'll probably be sitting pretty good at like 3 minutes. So that feels like the right amount of time. So let's clear all this out. All this stuff for this second round, and it's going to be a shreddy synth solo. So now you get to watch me figure out how the heck to shred on a synth. It's going to be some kind of unison saw wave, as is literally every other synth I design. I kind of only have one trick. And that's okay, because it does the job. So loud. Okay, so I like to write my solos really slow. And like I said before, I'm not worried about this one being like realistic and honest and true. Like, it's okay if I play some fake stuff in here that I can't really play, because this isn't going to be a live performance video on my channel. This is just going to be a fun track that I made. I'll probably go out on Spotify and iTunes and stuff. So I'm fine if this is like a big, dumb, fake synth solo. That's cool with me. I have no moral qualms about that. Ben Levin just did a really, really cool project where he did all just like fake music, where it's him like super speeding up his guitar playing or just chopping and pasting it in a really, really cool and creative way, just like embracing this culture of fake edited guitars and keys and stuff. And I thought that was so cool. I'd love to try something like that. But for now, this is just regular fake. So let's slow this down. I like to, can I do this here? Anytime I start playing with the tempo, if I'm like recording something slowly and then speeding it up later, I like to add a marker at the beginning of the song with the original tempo that I should end up at, because otherwise, boy, will I forget. Oh, so much echo. Whoa. Oh, B minor's a really weird key. Okay, let's try something weird there. I also want to, this is going to take some tricky mapping. We're going to map our mod wheel so it actually does the thing that mods wheels usually do. And it's going to, nope, that's not how that works, sorry. LFO1 is going to affect the fine-tuning on both of these. And then we're going to set an auxiliary source for that. So it only does that if the mod wheel is active. Check it out. When I adjust that mod wheel, and no, I can't get the mod wheel in frame. That's okay. Yeah, let's try some stuff out. I'm just gonna noodle on the synth, and we'll see what comes out. Okay, that started kind of cool. I think I need to play a little bit slower. This is still going a bit too fast for my brain to come up with stuff. I'll improvise a really sick full-speed guitar solo later, I promise. I just want to do some keyboard noodling first. Oh, I really didn't want to write tempo automation there, sorry. Such a sick arpeggio at the end there. Hang on. I had the coolest arpeggio planned. It's going to be like, because it switches to a B major chord at the end there, which is so weird. Yeah, that'll work. And I'll just have it like dip out frequency-wise and just drop down there. Okay, let's hear what that sounds like at full speed. It might be really stupid sounding. Sometimes when you play something too fast, it comes out like stupid. So we'll see. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I think I want to change the sound of it. It sounds a bit sterile. But I think that was fun. I like that solo. I'm going to go through and clean up some stuff. Just quantization-wise. Boy, did I barely get through those 16th notes. Okay, let's see if that retained any coolness while we play with the sound. Thanks, Steven. Yeah, I actually normally don't like Picardy thirds, which is a very specific... Okay, yeah, let's talk about Picardy thirds real quick. So we're in B minor, right? And a Picardy third, which is named for... Googling. It's named for... Doing my research here, guys. Oh. It's actually not named for somebody. I thought it was named for, like, Bob Picardy or something. No. It comes from the Old French word picart, meaning pointed or sharp. And here's what it is. It's when you're in a minor key, B minor, and you're coming up from lower major chords. We got G major. We got A major. And we should be at B minor next, right? No, B major. It's the Billy Shears chord by the Beatles. And it happens a lot in like classical religious music. I don't want to say gospel because that's a whole different style, but older gospel, you know, classic church masses and stuff that would happen. This kind of that kind of sound is a Picardy third. And this song weirdly has one at the end, so I chose to accentuate that with that arpeggio. So let's play... Whoa! Sorry. Let's play with this synth sound. Cool. I might group this up and add like some kind of like FM piano on top of this. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I've always loved these layered sounds that guys like Jordan Rudess get, like these really cool proggy layered sounds. I know we're again pushing the boundaries of what would be like synthwave, but I don't like sticking within genres anyway. Yeah, that's working. That's fun and dumb. Okay. All right, guitar solo time. I'm going to do one like full speed and then probably do the same kind of slowed down sketching thing that I do. Follow your nose or ears. Exactly. Exactly. I'm often thinking so much more with my ears than I am with my theory brain. I try really hard to rely more on that than just theory. Obviously, I find theory incredibly important. I'm the last person to say, oh, you shouldn't learn theory because it'll ruin your writing and stuff. No, theory gives you more tools to explain the stuff you're thinking about. But yeah, I like to follow my ear too. Jason Richardson, as always. I have an Axe Effects sitting right there on my desk. I should plug it in. Not right now, though. Don't feel like it. It takes so long to get a good sound with it sometimes. The Axe Effects is a really powerful audio processor, really powerful guitar rig. And it was my live guitar rig for a long time. When I was in that 80s cover band, I was using it. And when I was playing some Broadway stuff, I was using it for a while too. But in the studio, I like amp simulators. They sound good. They're always there. I can have as many of them as I want. I don't have to commit to a sound because I have tone commitment issues. So why wouldn't I use an amp sim? Because they're noisy, that's why. And loud. Wow. Turn it down. I was going for the same lick I just played on the keyboard. Okay, I want to get this in frame. Hang on. Nope, that's as high as the chair goes. Can I shred this way? Nope, that doesn't feel comfortable. I'll try to angle it up so y'all can see. Yeah, that works. That's almost comfortable. Okay. Get some delay on this too. Oh, it's getting so crunchy and distorted. I mean, beyond like the distortion the amp has. Okay, let's shred something stupid here. See if I got good levels. It started off really well. I didn't like where that went. Let me hear the beginning of that again. Okay, I can do that again. I like that start of it. Man, this is something that frustrates me about Ableton. In Pro Tools, I would just save that as an alternate playlist, and I'd have it later if I wanted to pull it back in. But Ableton, there's no way to like save a take. That's a real bummer, Ableton. Get on that. Yeah, see, I don't want to lose this. I like that. I almost, I guess I'll just copy it and throw it to the end of the session. I kind of like it on the neck pickup. Yeah, neck pickup's nice. Thanks, Jupe. Yeah, I'm much more comfortable on the guitar than I am on the keyboard. Why do I keep losing my mojo like 3/4 of the way through a solo? That was another cool one though. We got ideas. Maybe I can stitch this into something usable. Let's do one more. Need a little more gain. Yeah, I agree, man. It is a real bummer. Every other DAW has it down, and I love Ableton so much. It is like tied for my favorite DAW with Pro Tools, depending on what I'm working on. And yeah, Through the Fingers in Flames. Man, I'm trying to relearn that song. Full Ultra Instinct. Hands froze. I gotta stretch for a second. I haven't played guitar in like, man, way too long. Really, really long. Oh wait, no, I was sketching some stuff this morning. That wasn't very technical though. That was just like playing melodies on a track I was working on. Oh, haven't shredded in a while. Good exercise to do. I found this in a Guitar World magazine like 25 years ago. Put your arm out. Pull your fingers inward like this. You should feel this along the top of your forearm. Do the same, but upwards instead. My elbow's straight right now. And then finally bend your elbow so you're up here. And do that with both arms. And it'll really wake up your wrists. Keep them nice and relaxed. And you won't like freeze up like I just did when you're trying to play something fast. That was fun. I liked that one. Okay, that was all the guitar juice I had. Let's leave that there because that was a fun one. I liked that. maybe the first half of the last take I did and the second half of that one. That might be the solo there. But let's leave that one for now because it's stupid fun. Let's hear our solo version of this song. That was fun. Okay. Let's try to slap an ending on this puppy, and we can We can call this a finished, I won't say it's a finished track, but at least a finished arrangement, which is the first big step in finishing a song for me. Once I finish the arrangement, I feel like everything else is a lot more doable. I feel like I have there's a finish line to the song, you know, right? Right now we have still half a blank page here in front of us. But once there's an ending in the song, I feel a lot more comfortable cleaning everything else up and finishing it. I'm so close to having all the arrangements done for my album, which I'm so excited about. I think I have, this morning I was working on an arrangement from a certain game that came out a while ago and then came out again a couple months ago. That's all I'll say about that. See if you can guess from that. And I have one more arrangement to finish. Okay, yeah, one more. I have an arrangement from a Pokemon game to finish. And then I'll be done with arrangements. After that point, I have to shoot all the video for it, and which means I have to learn the parts I arranged, which is gonna take a while. I played you that Shovel Knight track last week, and man, that's gonna be like a week just to learn the guitar parts from that, and a week to learn the guitar parts from the one this morning. Yeah, that next album is all boss battle music. It's all specifically from boss battles. I think the album's going to be called Boss Fight. I need to get an artist for the album cover on that one. I did the album cover myself for Green Hill Funk, but I'm going to need to get an artist for this one because I want like some sick pixel art on it or something. Okay, let's throw an ending on this. I have a feeling it's going to be the intro theme, that over just like a basic kick drum maybe, and nice and simple. Yeah, that is all it's going to be. Just play air guitar instead? Yeah. Something bad happened to the bass. Oh no. There we go. It was just slightly off. And I want it to end on this. I want it to hold this F sharp chord for a while. Except instead of an explosion, it'll just be a large low B note there. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I should just put the crash sound in there. Sound effects are an effective way to kind of really tether you to the song, though, you know? It makes you remember what game it's from really effectively. There's this great remix by Anova, I don't know how to pronounce it, called Oke Dezuka from Earthbound. It's like I think it's the battle theme from Earthbound. And he just squeezes in those sound effects from Earthbound so effectively. I love it. Bow. It's a nice low B. I missed. There it is. Perfect. And one last, like, everything hit on the end there. Cool. Let's take a listen to this, and then we'll listen to the Mario thing, and we'll see where we're at. Do we have the feel-good compressor on? Yes, good. All right, let's hear it. Okay. Obviously, that ending has a long way to go. There's a whole lot of mixing to be done here. I just noticed my blue light in the background went out. I'm so bummed about that. Oh well. It's on a battery. There's no way to like plug it in, which is frustrating that I know of. So I have to charge the battery and just hope it lasts the entire time. My camera, terrifyingly, is in the same situation. This camera you're looking at through here is entirely battery powered, and you can't plug it into AC power. They make what's called a dummy battery for these Canon cameras, but that doesn't actually work when you're using it as a webcam, which is so frustrating. So I have to just sit here terrified that you're going to disappear at any moment there. But it worked last time. It's worked so far this time, knock on wood. Let's listen to the Mario thing, and then we'll just hang out for a bit. All right, let's hear where we left off with the Mario Underground remix. And again, let's see if I can get everything we're actually using on screen here, relatively speaking. Yeah, I think we got it all covered. Here we go, let's take a listen. All right. I got to figure out what to do with this second half, but I really, really like where we got today with this. Cool. I feel awesome about how this track turned out. Really psyched about it. Sounding really good. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I'm really enjoying doing these on Tuesday nights. I think I'm going to keep doing these for a long time, sticking to this Tuesday night time slot. Is this the kind of stuff you guys want to hang out and listen to? Is there other stuff you'd like to hear me do? More, I don't know, more music theory stuff or more live guitar performance? I'm like down for anything. I just like hanging out here on YouTube, hanging out with you guys, making music for a night. So let me know if there's like something you guys want to see, you know, mention it in the live chat now or in the comments later, whatever. Yeah, just let me know. Does anybody have any questions about anything I worked on today? I'm always happy to talk about that stuff, answer questions. It's hard to tell how much of a delay I'm on right now. I've thought about trying the low latency streaming, but I worry it's going to affect the audio quality. That's like the whole point of it, right? The audio quality. Hey, Tyler Biggs. That's cool. Lurkin's okay. I do that all the time on live streams. I'm terrible at chatting in live streams. I get super shy in those situations, so I totally understand. I'm glad you're enjoying this stuff, Steven. And awesome, Izzy. That's so cool. That's cool. I do that sometimes too. Throw it on in the background. Because, yeah, this is just an audio-based situation. Unless you really like watching me click things, you don't necessarily need to physically watch it. Yeah, JubeTube. I'd love to cover other stuff. I really want to write like original music too at some point. Obviously, I pretty much all I do on here is covers. I've posted like a handful of originals here. You can dig through them in the archive on my channel. But yeah, I'd love to write maybe some original metal. I'd like to do an original metal album, maybe like 1 or 2 albums from now. See you next time, Franco. Thanks for hanging around. But yeah, I'll definitely do some original songwriting on here. Especially, I'm going to have a lot of time to experiment when I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the last album I released. I produced the whole album up front and then kind of dropped it one single at a time, week after week, for like 8 or 9 weeks in a row. I'm going to do the exact same thing with Boss Fight, this next album. Right now, the release date I'm targeting is, I'm going to tentatively say this August 29th, end of August date. That's pretty ambitious, as I haven't actually shot any of it yet. But I'm going to hope it's out at the end of August, at the very least, first week of September. And that'll be like 9 weeks in a row of pre-made YouTube content, which means I'll just be able to hang out here and live stream more. So we'll be able to really play around with some fun stuff. I think that'll be fun. Cool. I think I'm going to end it there. And that is all for tonight. Thank you, everybody who hung out tonight. JubeTube, Franco, Izzy, Steven Zek. More technical stuff would be cool too. Yes, I've definitely considered original stuff in that genre. Yeah, I feel like everything I write has like a slightly video gamey edge to it, because that's what I grew up listening to. You know, I grew up on Sonic and not so much Mario. I got into Mario at a later age, really in like late high school and college. I grew up with a Sega Genesis though, so that was like the thing. But yeah, thanks to everybody for hanging out. Who else was around? Victor earlier, of course, Victor Barbieri. GPU Turks. Brian Antonio. Hello, Valtteri. Oh, I missed you earlier. I'm so sorry, Valtteri. Good to see you, man. Tech You Go. Harry J. Joykel and Dante early on. Thank you all for hanging out. It has been an absolute blast, and I will see you right back here next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.